What's up, Wednesday
Hey,
goers? Wednesday
West Coast
vibes, all of
Wednesday.
that, all
What's up,
that good
everybody?
stuff.
I feel like it's been a while. Like I feel like this week has kind of went slow. Maybe it Labor Day
I don't know.
weekend. Everybody had a 3-day weekend. Where some people, some didn't. Some
I felt
had
like
a
mine
whole,
went
some have had a
fast.
4-month weekend. I mean, you don't know, right? Jeez.
Right,
Well,
right.
welcome back. You look
Yeah.
amazing. You look a little
Think you
refreshed.
just do I don't know. I feel
No?
like I had a weekend off, a long weekend off for Labor Day. And then
Yeah.
I had to hop right back into work. So it's like I worked 2 days and then I'm off today. So it's like, I don't know. Do I
Kind of
feel
off
like I'm
and on.
refreshed? Yeah, it's kind of off and on. It's
Then
like up or down.
tomorrow off.
Like the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
weekend, I was like good. Like I was in that same,
You're
thing.
like,
But to jump up and jump down and then, yeah, it's weird. Hey, Heather. Hey, Abby.
oh, let me put the comments on. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Steph, what's good? All
What's up,
right. So if you
Steph?
are watching, go ahead and share.
Right.
Like,
Sharing
page,
is caring.
subscribe. We got a great guest on today, Jordan Murrell
Mm-hmm.
from the Lights. We'll be talking some. I put it on here: football and football. Get that? Yeah.
That's cute. Clever.
Yes, thanks, Heather. We appreciate you. So yeah, but I don't know if there's anything you want to get off your chest for. I mean, your Lakers. You want to talk about your Lakers right now? Are you good?
What's there to talk about? It's the Lakers. We're doing well. Why did everybody doubt us? I
I
just
don't
need
think
to say
anyone's
that.
doubting. I just think it was,
Really?
everybody,
Because they
all the.
doubted us when it was Portland. Now they doubting us when it's Harden in his 50 and 30s and all of that great stuff and Russell Westbrook. We are comprised of a LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any tougher than that. I'm sorry. They are who they are. And the
But
funny
they
thing about
both
this
have
game,
to have good games. Like there's not just one or the other.
well, here's the thing though. What
Okay.
I notice is any team that plays our bigs, because they try to play small ball against our bigs, they run out of energy. You could tell last night. To me, I feel like low key, Houston got a little spent towards the end, especially
Yeah.
that fourth quarter, because they're
Well,
gassed out. Because who's going to defend AD for a full 20 minutes? You can't do it. It's
well,
too
I don't know why they weren't
it's
trying
so
to
hard.
drive. Like they cut off all their 3-pointers all of a sudden. It was like that's
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 because
their
Lakers
money
defense
maker.
was all up on them
Yeah,
and
LeBron's too
neutralizing
deep
them.
for I think.
You can't. It's hard. And we got tall trees on our team. Not for mentioning JaVale McGee that I didn't see play, and Rondo. Big ups to Rondo, being a huge contributor to last night's win, because that was just incredible. That was a
Yeah.
Rondo I hadn't seen in a very long
Listen,
time.
that he popped out during the game before at the very end. He had hit that 3 or whatever that cost them to get them back in the game. So and then he had the big game last. What he had 19 or something.
20, I believe he hit a
Oh
20
my
piece.
gosh! Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that was the moment that he was really balling out of his mind a little bit. That's like that old Rondo kind of play like mentality. So I liked it. My Lakers will be all right. I'm not shook about nothing. Like people call me and be like, "Oh, they're down." If you watch Laker games, they're always down. They
Are they
always come
really
back in the
calling
second
you and
half.
telling you that?
Oh yeah, I got people texting me. Oh,
Oh,
Lakers are down. Your Lakers. Hey, I'm not shook. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. But
that's crazy.
big ups to those Heatles that can sit and rest for a minute. Hopefully it's not to their detriment, but they knocked out those Bucks
Where did
like
this name
no
come
problem.
from?
Heatles? I don't
I
know.
never heard of the Heatles before. Has anybody else out there heard of the Heatles? I never knew. What's up, Tasha?
Hey Tosh.
I know she's ready for the first day of football
Oh, she
tomorrow.
sure is. What a
Her
big game
Texans is
tomorrow.
ready. Yes.
Yeah.
What's
Mm-hmm.
up, Donnell?
What's up, Goose? Goose Straight 45.
Yes. So we're definitely excited. I know I'm excited for football. We'll talk about football in a little bit. We'll talk about our aces a little bit as far as, hey, we're in the playoffs. Playoffs start on the 15th. So be ready. Cheer on your squad, people. And the Vegas Golden Knights had a terrific shutout last night.
Did they?
3-0.
They needed that. They needed that. We got to get in this. We need to go to the finals. Like, this is what it is. We're in battle
here's
right
the
now.
deal, but what do you think is going to happen with Fleury? I mean,
I
I feel like
I don't know, because I feel like Fleury was very, very good against Calgary. He has a great win streak with playing against Calgary, and the coach didn't play him against Calgary as much. Or I'm sorry, not Calgary, the Canucks. Not as much with the Canucks. And so you get him in this game against Dallas, and it's almost like, wait, what's going on?
Well,
you taking
Leonard
him
had been
off his
on
little
to the
thing?
last, like he had done like the
I know.
two
Are you
back
taking
to
him off
back.
his rhythm?
Of
That's what I'm
course
saying.
he was
Are you
gonna play
taking him off the
Thursday.
rhythm, or what's going on?
It was a lot. I don't
Totally
know.
different type of strategy going on. But hey.
And shout Sports
I
Life
do it.
Talk because their Dallas Stars are playing us.
She
So
froze. Did she freeze?
I don't know. Is that me? I
She
guess
kind
we'll
of froze.
see.
Didn't she? Probably buffer back.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm like, because you froze. Maybe it's my internet.
Did I freeze? You froze.
I don't know. Shoot.
You froze.
Mm-mm.
You froze, and I was still talking, and I was like, "Oh, is she still on?"
I guess it doesn't freeze on my end because I like have the control panel or whatever. I don't know. So I see it as just all of us sitting here. But anyway, that's enough of that.
So Sports Life Talk, what did they say?
Well, not to throw anybody on the bus, but somebody did talk about not wanting to come to Vegas on the West Coast for the games. And I said, they're in a bubble. So FYI, guys, NFL is in a bubble, the NBA is in a bubble, and the WNBA is in a bubble. So we'll just leave it at that. But we're tied up. So I think it's going to be like a game 7, to be honest. I mean, they're two pretty good games. I mean, I don't think Leonard can play all the rest of the 6 games, can he? I don't know. I'm just confused.
I don't think he can, but Florey's gonna have to get it together, and he will. So
yeah. I believe it.
I'm still gonna say I'm still gonna say not 7 games. I think they can take them. They're now that they won last night, they should have shooken any kind of jitters or any doubts or anything off of their plates. They should just be ready to be locked in now, because now they have a chance. They have a strong chance. So, nice.
Quan want to talk. I'm sorry, Quan. Are you okay now? You had just a sickness for a day? Is that it? You're good to go. Good.
Quan said people don't freeze at Gorilla Cross Studio, but he didn't.
But they got sick.
Yeah, they got sick at a Gorilla Cross Studio. What was that all about?
I don't know. What's up, Bill? Maybe he had bad tacos.
Bad tacos and pizza. Maybe he made a pizza taco. Maybe he did a taco favorite pizza.
He had a Taco Tuesday pizza.
Maybe he did a pizza with the
oh my goodness,
the soft shell pizza with pepperoni, mushrooms, anchovies, and then he put ground beef in it and some tapatio.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too
jalapenos. Rolled it up and just said,
did all that. Did all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
He said it's one and done whenever I get sick. Okay, well, that's good. Anyway, let's get our guest on so we can talk about some soccer, some football, and some other things in regards to Mr. Jordan Murrell. Hey.
What's up, Jay? Did they call you Jay Murder for Murrell? I'll call you Jay Murder on that field. Jay Murder defending them folks.
Jay Murr, though.
What's up, Jay Murr?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm great, and how are you guys?
We're good.
We're good.
It was a nice 82 degrees today, so I'm great. Like, it was beautiful weather out today. Yesterday was very windy, but it wasn't hurricane wind, so I don't know why everybody was tripping.
Yeah,
but it was still a nice breeze, and today was really nice. It was like on par for a Wednesday.
You know what's funny? Because I thought it was cold, and I didn't like it.
What?
Really?
At what time did you think it was cold? What time of day?
At training this evening, the whole day. It's all right, though. People from Canada will make fun of me now.
I was gonna say, but it's true. I came from Seattle. You get used to it, the weather down here, and like when it's 70, I get cold. So this was on the cusp of cold for me. But it's very interesting. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know you're new for this year here at the Lights, and so we wanted to kind of get some background as to how did you start with soccer? I know you have a long history with it, and you're still a young guy. So give us a kind of a breakdown of how you got into soccer.
I feel like I was born into soccer. Growing up in England, my dad played, my brother played. The kids outside played, so pretty much you come home from school and you just throw your books down and then you go outside and play with everybody in the neighborhood. And we played till the lights came on, and then if it was still tie game, we'd play until we scored a finishing goal, So I've been playing since I could walk for the most part. I think there are pictures of me with shin pads on before I could even walk, so I was ready for it from the jump. So Yeah, and then I moved to Canada from England when I was about 11, 12, and went to school in the States at 18, and here I am today.
All right. And you used
You
to
were-
play actually for our rival, like Reno team,
Mm-hmm.
for
Yeah.
a stint. So what was that like? And then when you have to face them now?
I loved Reno. Reno was a great place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very different, but it was good to. I love the West Coast vibes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a great place. I loved it there, and I met my girlfriend there. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Very
Well,
cool.
that's good.
Very
Reno,
cool.
Little Vegas, is that what they call
The
it?
biggest little
biggest little
city.
city.
Oh,
Yeah,
biggest
the
little
biggest little
city, yeah.
city.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
I
dope.
don't know how 70 was for you when usually when it's up there in Reno, it's like 30 degrees or below.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
And snow.
when you're in
And real
Winnipeg and
snow.
it's minus 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say real snow. You got like real snow out there. Like
Mhm.
shout out to
Stephanie
all the
asked what
peeps in
happened to your British accent.
It's gone, long gone. Long gone.
And no Canadian A's either, huh?
No A's either. It's a mix between English, Canadian, and American slang now. So whatever you pick out is what you get.
Now, are
I
you
love
still
it.
using any British slang at all that you remember as a kid? Do you slip up any Freudian slips and have a British slang that you use sometimes in conversation?
I feel like English and Canadian slang are similar.
Mm-hmm.
They derive from the same kind of background as well as Jamaican slang. So, yeah, I guess Canadian slang I will use, and then a lot of people don't understand. So I'll say like, I'm blessed. Like I'll say that a lot. And people
A
are
lot.
A lot.
A lot.
yeah. So
It's
I'll say
there.
I'm blessed a lot. And I'm gonna see if everybody's blessed, and they just say, huh? I say, are you doing all right? How's your day going? Type thing. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
So how was it for you after playing through Canadian leagues and the London and on the East Coast, with Syracuse? How is it coming to Vegas and having to practice in like 115-degree weather?
At first, I thought it was a joke. It was so hot. But I think it's actually brought the best out in me. To adjust, you have to stay ready all the time. You have to take care of your body. Just like in every other sport, but especially here because you would think you would get dehydrated a lot faster. So it's been a great adjustment actually. So
Oh, that's good.
It's been a blessing.
And so how have you been able to cope with this whole COVID? Because obviously you guys started out practicing early with tryouts and all that stuff, and you got your team together. I think you had 2 games or 1 game?
We had 1 game before COVID.
Oh, okay.
And then COVID hits, and then like how does somebody? We've had a couple other players on before. Like, what are you doing in the off time to kind of keep your body still ready? Because you don't know when it's going to end, really.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, the unknown, it was almost like off season again. We played 1 game and then it became off season again. So it was just keeping yourself primed and ready, whether it was doing fitness on your own, ball work. My garage turned into my CrossFit gym. I was working out in the garage and running around because I lived downtown and running around Fremont Street. It was empty. It was incredible. So, yeah, and mentally it's tough, because you don't know when that call is coming, if it's ever coming, and it's tough to stay sharp. But I think we did a great job. I think I did a great job, and it was obviously through supporting cast, through the coaches, the medical staff, and even with Brett, the owner. He was always in touch with the guys, which is great. So.
And so now I know you didn't get a chance to experience coaching from Eric Winalda to a certain degree because there was a change up right before we're getting ready to start. So with your new coach that you have right now, how is that going as far as relationship? Is he giving you everything that you're expecting, or is he challenging you more than you've had any other coach challenge you?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think every coach, is able to shine in their own right. Every coach should be able to get the best out of you, and coaches shouldn't need to get the best out of you because you should be willing to give your best every single time. It's about the coaches giving you freedom to play the way you would like to play, fitting the parameters of the team and fitting their guidelines, whether their morals are to work hard or run back. And those are easy things, you know. You can't take away hard work. That's just something you can give, but they can also add to your game through little nitpicky technique stuffs and tactics. And so, yeah, as I said, you know, every coach is able to get a different thing out of each person and bring the group collectively together, which has been great. So even with Eric in that short time, he was great at that also. You know, he let you express yourself, and he was there. You know, he'd put your arm around you. Likewise with Frank. Frank is there, and he puts his arm around players, and he gives input, and that input is that type of information that you want to learn as a player to become better.
Okay. Wow. Very cool.
That's good. So one thing I had a question about too, and this is just random because I am like that sometimes, but I felt like, guys in the pitch, it's like a melting pot. I mean, from all kinds of countries, all over the world. Is soccer the language, or how do you really communicate with other people with that language barrier? Because, I've even thought as media, we thought, like having an interview, and we're not sure sometimes, like, I'm not fluent in other languages, but I'd like to try and get interviews and such. But as a player, how do you work with that communication barrier with other teammates, especially like with USL when there's seeming to be like a collective, like ongoing revolving door that players come in and out? Like, how does that work for you guys?
That's a great question, actually. As a collective, there's one common goal, and it's to win games. And you figure out along the way, we spend a lot of time with each other, even though it's a short period of time, maybe at practice, but we spend a lot of time in the locker room, on the planes, on the buses, in the locker rooms, group chats, team huddles. If you think about it, we spend a lot of time together. So we technically come up with a language that we all understand. Whether they're Spanish speaking, whether they're from Africa, Europe, Asia, no matter what it is, we all come as a collective together, and we figure out what works within the team. English is a common language, but I can ask for things in Spanish, because there are a lot of speaking players on the team as well as previous teams. So if there's a player that doesn't know any English, I can get by football language in Spanish, so it's an adapt. It's like an ecosystem. Everybody meshes and flows off of each other, which is a great thing.
And you pretty much have to know, I would assume. I mean, growing up in soccer, I'm assuming that's just part of the way of life. Like, you might learn how to say a few things in different language because that's kind of what you're around too. So
exactly, yes.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what is it? Like, what's your, are you having allergies again, Mo?
I think so. We keep going.
Mo, we'll get an allergy breakdown on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Always is.
It's okay.
Always happens at that time.
What is it that you hope for, whether it be, and I know that you're injured. Are you still injured? Is there an injury pending? Are you working to heal? How are things going?
I'm on my way back. I'll be back shortly. Okay. I'm in the trenches right now, so I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. Because I know that I think the season, does it end at the end of October?
The beginning of October it ends, and then there's playoffs.
And then playoffs. Okay. So, well, we hope obviously that you guys can get in there at some point this year. I know it's been a struggle the last couple of years here in Las Vegas for our guys and getting in there. But what do you think? I mean, I know you weren't here last year, so you probably you've played here. You played here and had the fans and heard the crowd. Mm-hmm. I mean, how much different is that for you guys, not having to have fans at your match? I mean, it's, for me being there, coming to one of the games, I was just like, it's just eerie. It's eerie because you don't have, Electric Company and La Fuerza, like chanting and the drums and the everything. You don't have any of that. So how do you guys stay? I mean, I would assume that kind of pumps you up sometimes, but how do the guys stay focused? I mean, obviously you're professionals, but is there anything else that you guys do to kind of keep upbeat with the game?
That's a great question. First of all, the fans are the heartbeat of the club, of the team, of the players. We miss them greatly. I know I get a few text messages and a few DMs before games saying, like, good luck, let's get them this weekend, and so yeah, the fans are the heartbeat, just to start off with. And as us as players, you know, we have to stay motivated. You know, we have to stay focused. And yes, it's quiet out there, but we still have to do our job. You know, we want to make our fans proud. We want to make the club happy. You know, we want to make ourselves happy. We want to represent our family, the badge, right? So, as players, we grind every day at practice, and we work hard to get results. And hopefully soon, at some point, the fans will be back and propelling us in the right direction.
We hope so.
Yeah, it would be nice if you can get a chance to experience that, because you hadn't, just from the past being in opposition, possibly, but just to be on the home team and to hear that. Right. It is something that's really electrifying. Cristiano Ronaldo had just mentioned too about how it's like to play with no fans. Like he described it as a circus, but with no animals, none of the acts, none of the fanfare, none of the things that go on typically. So to your point, you do have to stay mentally focused, but that is how he described it. I mean,
yeah.
He thought,
and shout out to him. He hit like his 300 or his 100th.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that? I mean, I'm a fairly new soccer fan, so I'm trying to understand. Like, obviously, you know, someone gets 100 touchdowns. That's pretty big. You know, not 100 points, but I mean, it's like, how is 100 goals significant? Like,
so he scored, I think it was 100.
International
for his country, right?
Okay,
so
gotcha.
You don't get together with your countrymen often. So whether it's World Cups, international friendlies, Euros for Cristiano, so for him to get 100 is incredible.
Wow, sounds huge. Sounds really big, huh?
That's definitely more than I thought it was.
Every time he touches the field, you're expecting a goal type.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, that's why he gets the money, right?
Oh, yeah. He's that guy.
That's why he is Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's why he's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite out of the majors that you would like to ever play up against, or you kind of hone your craft to? Is there one that you kind of have an idolization to? Is it Zlatan? Could it have been Beckham back in the day? I mean, are there other players that you would have had some kind of connection to or felt connected to?
That's a good question. I really liked Patrice Evra at Manchester United. Growing up, watching him play was great. Great left back, great servant of the club at Manchester United, and played for France. Just a great player, great guy. If you see him on social media, he's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's who I've really idolized my game after over these years, and yeah, he's been great.
Okay.
Well, what's on your outlook for your soccer career? I mean, obviously you're still really young. I know soccer is a kind of one of those sports where you can basically be playing at 40 sometimes in places. But do you foresee yourself like really pushing to try and breaking into MLS, or do you feel like there's maybe you have ties back with London or Canada and doing some other leagues, or?
Yeah, my goal is to push for MLS. You know, I want to have the best year possible, whether it's a few games left and showcase myself, show that I'm worthy of the level. Mm-hmm. Keep pushing. As I said, the guys push me every day. Likewise, I push them. And, you know, it is getting to that time where you start have to think about other things as well as soccer, you know, family, situations around the world. You know, my family lives in Canada. I live here in Las Vegas.
Wow.
My girlfriend and I, we're all here. So also,
and you guys still can't fly over, right? You guys can't
nope.
Canada?
They haven't come down to visit yet. I know they're excited. They'll probably come when it gets cold up there. So they'll be down at some point. And just working at building my business also. I spent a lot of time building my business outside of soccer.
Let's talk about the brand. I like that logo too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the brand.
That was a good logo, yeah.
Yeah, so right now I am building a real estate investing company from the ground up. I'm really enjoying that process. My team is fantastic, and we work together pretty much every day looking for deals, purchasing deals. We buy, we rehab, we rent out, and then we refinance out of these houses, and we make money. And yeah, I want to educate other footballers within the league. I want to showcase that it's not just soccer within the soccer community. You really need to start thinking about how you can impact your community, how you can set yourself up for after soccer, because it can be taken away, as COVID showed, So no matter if you're 1 year in, 10 years in, you need to have some sort of a plan and idea what to do after. And so maybe real estate isn't for everybody, but I want to show people that they can create generational wealth for their families and themselves, even with the limited time we have, or the limited capital they may have, or things like that. So that's really
great
with the brand right now.
Very awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
why real estate? Why was that your calling of the niche of generational wealth?
Real estate, passive income. Honestly, that's really what I enjoy. I enjoy not working and getting paid every month. It's the time freedom that I'm really after.
Yeah,
I want to be able to play golf at 2 p.m. with my friends. I don't want to have to work. So.
Right.
That's my sister, by the way.
Oh, okay.
She said she misses you.
So. That's really what I'm after. Time freedom for my family. When I have kids, I want to be able to go to their games and hang out with them and take them to school. I don't want to have to say, no, I can't come because I have work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's something that is, I think, is a generational shift, too. And I think that's amazing. I think it's great, especially for these tests. I know me growing up, it was kind of like, parents like go to school, graduate, get you a degree, get a nice job. And, you don't always hear about, well, you should be doing this at this, start doing this at a young age and start building this. So I think that's amazing that you do that and can help others around you, especially if they're kind of all in the same kind of situation where you're able to have the time down. Maybe during COVID, you guys had some time down to kind of do some other things outside of just soccer and staying physically fit, but that's amazing. Right. And then you also do some training as well for soccer, right?
Yes. So working on rebranding, honestly.
Okay.
Coming up with merchandise, some T-shirts, some gear, hopefully some camps coming up soon. I love, as I said, I love giving back to the community, I like to think I'm good at football. So I like to teach what I can do, help out kids that are looking to be footballers themselves or just enjoy it themselves. And I think I can add value to their skills, as well as soccer taught me a lot of things about life. And I want to relay those messages to those kids too, because when I was young, I wanted somebody to look up to, whether they're a professional soccer player, whether they're a businessman, whether they're a family man. I want to be in the community for our kids and kids around. So I want to be that good influence.
Well, I think with just the Lights having been here for the last 3 years, I think there's been building of there was already a soccer base, obviously, but I think it's definitely blown up more than people would thought. And I think that's a definite way to get in with the community, is that, working with the youth out here with soccer, because that really hasn't been something that was targeted a lot, I don't think. So
growing up here, that was the thing when kids were kids. People did soccer for a while, but then it fell off. Like it just didn't pick up and kind of stick with it, unless those that few stayed with it. Like my younger brother played soccer for a while. His friends played soccer. That was like their first little actual little league type style sports. Then it went on to basketball, then pop water. So it's kind of like some don't stick with it, but it was always the starting point. It'd be nice if you get the starting point to the middle to the end,
right? Especially
with some of the kids that are growing up here. So.
And that's
what do you think you'll do that to encourage that?
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That bridge right there that we're missing. There are a lot of youth soccer players. I feel like soccer is the most played sport in America. But after that age, that tender age of 10, 11, 12, it falls off. So becoming that bridge, whether it's through academy training, personal training, whatever it is, we need to do a better job. And I take this on myself. I want to be that bridge to bring them from 12 years old through 18 to then get them a scholarship. And then from the scholarship, go on to playing pro if they want to. And
that's what's up.
Life lessons while they're doing this. So.
Yeah, I
that's
feel
what's
like
up.
you
That's pretty dope.
I think like you start into it and then all of a sudden like you have to get into like these select programs, and that's when you'll see them. Like, I mean, Vegas is one of the biggest places for soccer tournaments for the
Yeah.
youth. Yet you don't really see a lot of soccer teams other than those select teams. Like you really just have to be on a select or a AAU team to do it. It's not really something that you catch people doing in the parks here,
Right.
hanging out.
Right. Except for me, I'm there in the parks, you know.
Okay.
Right.
Or if we see some of the guys, over there on that was like Washington and Buffalo at the parks over there. A lot of guys are always playing
Oh,
soccer
the
up
Zaire
there.
Park, Kellogg Zaire
Yeah.
Park. Yeah.
There.
There. Yeah, that's a good one. There's a lot of them. There's one off of Buffalo and Charleston. I mean, there's quite a few soccer fields all around
Yes, there
town.
are.
And not to mention some of the high schools or private schools that have soccer teams, aside from some of the few public schools that do have a soccer team. Yeah, you definitely have to try to get that bridge, that some type of connection going with that. But I think you can do it. I believe in you, Jay. You
I
seem to be
appreciate
very
that.
ambitious and very goal oriented and know what you want at such a young
Man,
age.
yeah.
To not be fickle and say, I'm not sure. What I'm kind of gonna try this, but like you have a concrete plan of what you want to do, and I have to salute you on that. So big salute.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's
I
dope.
say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, you know?
That's true.
Hey.
That's true. That is
Words
very
to
true.
live by, right?
Yep. Mhm. So let me ask you, with everything that's been going on with our social injustices in this country and outside of the country, because Mel has a follow-up question with that. How are you with everything that's been going on and USL's position on it? Has it been something that's genuine? Has it been something that you've seen action towards? Were you able to have those conversations with the team, your teammates and staff, about your feelings towards it? And are they working towards doing some things to make change within the USL itself?
Great question. Within the USL, yeah, there have been changes. They are embracing, and the first thing is it's having a conversation. And a lot of people have shied away from the conversation because it seems uncomfortable. But being uncomfortable is when I'm driving in the car and I feel like I might get pulled over because of the color of my skin. That's
absolutely,
But a conversation is the ignition, the start of something that can be great. So I commend the USL for taking a stance on it and allowing protests and allowing and embracing it. There's a Black Players Alliance starting up within the USL, and
wow.
yeah, and
great.
Good.
Sticking together, and like I said, having a stance, having a say. I know within the USL there is not one Black owner of a team. That is written down on my board. Black owner of a USL team, that's possible. There aren't very many Black coaches within the league. There's not many Black GMs within the league. So when I take a look at that, why not? That's my question. Why not? There are capable people to do the job, but
Okay.
So, but these are things that the Black Players Alliance are bringing up with the USLPA, as well as the head of the USL. And even with the Lights, we have conversations about it often. We protest before games, we protest during the games, if you've seen. And, the team is on board. We've had numerous discussions with the coaches within the team, and we have a train that is headed in one direction. We are one unit, and we have spoken about it
I
often.
like that.
So we are trying to do our part. We have a platform that we have to use. We have to say what we need to say to, we may not be the Cristiano Ronaldos, but we are still professional soccer players within Vegas. We can still do our part, whether it's having business meetings at local coffee shops, local restaurants. We have to embrace the community, as I said, show kids that look like everybody that they can do things. There are ways to do things, and just keep educating the people that don't know. The first time might be the hardest time, but after that, you keep relaying the information, you keep relaying, and you keep talking about it, then it becomes habitual, and then they understand, because a lot of people don't understand. No,
they don't.
About the understanding if you first talk to them, it may be uncomfortable, but the second time, the third time, the fourth time, then they might understand. So
just be open to receive it. That's all.
yeah,
You know,
that is huge. That is huge.
Because there are those that won't open to receive anything, unfortunately. So, my only question on that topic was just because you have been a native of London, Canada, here in the States, racism is across the world. It's all over the place. But how do you feel that racism is different, or maybe is felt differently or portrayed differently? Or is there a difference throughout those countries? I feel like, or maybe it's not, I'm trying to look for the right words again.
No, I understand. So going off that, racism is everywhere, like you said. It's treated maybe a bit, it's seen differently through social media. You know, we are apparent here in the US, you know, we are seeing things within the US. We typically don't see things that happen in the UK because we don't have those connects, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
You know, so
Right.
in the UK, there's been racism. You know, the UK isn't a new country such as the US. You know, the US is new in terms of UK, China, India. You know, those things have been happening over hundreds of years. You know, and like it has here. So we are more exposed to what's happening here in the US. It's unfortunate that so many people that look like myself die because of the way they look, you know, in the hands of people that maybe aren't educated. Maybe they are scared and they feel like this is their tactic. If we are able to talk to one another and love each other like we should as human beings, the world will be a different place. So yeah, racism is everywhere, and we have to do our part, you know, start educating our kids. Racism is a taught behavior. It's a learned behavior. And no kid comes out the womb racist.
Never, ever.
So
that's right.
They just get stuck to crappy parents. That's all.
Right. And that's where the education starts. That's where the communication starts. And it may not happen the first time, like I said, but it may happen the third time, it may happen the fourth time. So we have to be patient, but we have to be direct.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for that. Yes.
Yeah. And then the fact that it's systemic too, like even in your country, in UK, that's the form of racism that comes to mind to me for everyone worldwide. We all experience the same systemic racism within our skin tone. It doesn't matter the job. It doesn't matter the position. It's the coded language and the language of the masses for everyone. It's like one common thing. The common denominator is, yes, I have experienced that in such a way. It is so crazy that even across the pond, and which I have to give props for everyone across the pond in other countries, because their protests, they showed up and showed out. Big ups to you guys, because that brought tears to my eyes just to know that the world was watching and understood and were right there with us, as we were right there with them as well. So it just kind of went back and forth. And so that was just really cool to see. How was your emotions during all that protesting, seeing athletes coming forward? Were you one at one point before the athletes started trending of boycotts and speaking their minds and saying that? Were you going to be that one that was going to stand out from all of that? Or were you going to be, I'm not going to make a move until I see a player do something?
Great question again.
You're saying all our questions are great. We just chatting.
These are good questions, though. They get me thinking. So at first, you know, I spoke to Catherine, my girlfriend, and I was like, what do you think? You know, Catherine is Mexican-American.
Okay.
And so we would chat about it, and so spoke with my family at home in Toronto. And at first, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was mad, sad, angry, you know. And then it boiled down to, this has been happening my whole life, my parents' whole life, their parents' whole life. You know, this is nothing new. But what I did see is that we are changing the narrative. We are making a movement known. You know, there isn't one person that doesn't know about the slogan Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah,
you
absolutely.
Know? As I said, that our parents, they had their movement, and we are having ours, and it's on us to continue so that my kids and your kids and their kids have different lives than our parents did, our grandparents did. We want equal opportunity. We don't want a handout. We want an equal opportunity.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Wouldn't
It's a
be so
very
hard.
easy ask. It's a very easy ask, but it seems to be a very hard answer for most. But it is, like you said, it is evolving. It was great to see a diverse group of kids of all races joining in on the fight.
Yeah.
That spoke volumes too. But I think seeing the athletes in positions that we never normally would see, be it Bubba Wallace with NASCAR or yourself with USL and the guys of MLS, things we never, or even in tennis, things that we never really talk about on that pink elephant in the room. But now that it's out, to see all those players come forward, it means something. And I think in your position as well, it's just you're in a highly influential position to do so as well. Yeah. So keep on fighting, honey. Keep on fighting. So what do you like to do in your spare time? I have to ask you a couple food questions before we let you go.
Okay.
Are you flats or wings? We'll start with the food.
Both. I can't choose.
Really?
I can't choose.
You can't choose?
But I don't eat them anymore.
Okay, so you're off chicken. Every time I ask this question, people are off the meat, that's a good thing. I gave up meat for the month, so we'll see how that goes again for me. Also, with your spin, so that was my foodie question. Or what are you a foodie for? Actually, was my other question.
I love breakfast food.
You can eat breakfast any time of the day. I like that too.
Yeah.
Do you go to Baby Stacks?
Never even heard of it.
Oh, you got to check it out. Or Eat. Eat has the best pancakes over
I
there.
need to go to Eat.
You haven't been to Eat? You live downtown? Oh my God. Yes. Check out Eat. Shout out to Chef Natalie over there.
Yep,
it is so good. Her pancakes are amazing. I don't know what's with that syrup. I don't know what's going on, but
okay.
She's got a great breakfast sandwich too.
Yes, the breakfast sandwich is good. Yeah. You got to check these places out.
I will.
Yeah. So and
then talk about food all day too.
I know. And then in your spare time, in your spare time of the time that you do have, what is your favorite thing to do mostly?
Hang out with Catherine.
Okay.
I love hanging out with Catherine. Eating. I love eating. Eating something. Working on my business, and I love golf. I play a lot. Yeah.
Nice.
I saw on your Instagram you had a picture. I think were you stand-up paddleboarding or was it kayaking?
Kayaking.
Okay.
So you're outdoorsman.
Was it Lake Las Vegas or were you guys? Okay. Was that your first time out there? Did you like it?
That was my first time, and we love it out there. So we go every now and again, which has been great.
It's nice because there's no real wake. There's not really a lot of motorized boats that can be out there. So it's nice for the stand-up paddleboarding too. That's my favorite out there.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love it out there.
I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if I will.
Definitely need to go.
I don't know. I'm not ready for the lake. I just did the hiking thing this past weekend. Shout out to Dre and Jorge who dragged me on a Sunday morning to the hike of Mary Jane Falls, and that was very. Have you done that? Have you done that hike before? Oh my God, it's super intense. You and Catherine must do it while the weather is good. Please check that out.
Who's Frishy?
Blake.
Oh,
yeah, we golf all the time, Brandon.
Okay, so you're big golfers then.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite course out here?
Ooh. I do love TPC Summerlin. TPC.
Okay. Yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah, that's good. I just want to drive a golf cart. That's all. Like,
do you guys walk the holes, or you guys driving the cart?
No, we drive them. We
drive the cart. Okay.
All right. Are you racing the carts? Like, I'm just wondering.
We don't race. You know what's funny? Gabe, before he got traded, we went golfing a lot also, and I brought up the idea of walking one time, and Gabe was like, "There's no chance I'm walking 18 holes. You have to go by yourself."
Yeah, right.
And it was
Shout out to the guys that do, because I know some people that actually say I walk the whole 18. I'm like, what? That's why you look so great in shape. Shout out to my dad because he'll walk him, but I don't know if he does the full 18. Yeah, he does. He doesn't get the cart. He'll walk him.
I don't know if I could do it. I'd be like, I just want to get in the car and like go for a race. But I feel like, is there like cart police out there? Like, are they looking for people that are acting inappropriately in their golf cart?
There's no golf marshals. That's good. Some of these courses we have these golf marshals that be like, hey, keep it down.
Oh, apparently there's a lot of electric
Play on.
companies that are hanging out in the
Okay.
out
I
in the
definitely
parking
need to
lot.
come see you guys. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
very nice.
I'm
Very
usually
nice.
one of the last ones out the locker room because I'm always just chilling.
I love it. I love it.
Well, Jordan, where can everybody find you on your social media?
At jmurrell4. That's my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I think, too. So, yeah, at jmurrell4. Check me out. Have some videos up there. Need to get some more. Shout out to the guy who works for the Lights now. My guy, Connor Young.
Oh, nice.
Connor. Shout out to Connor.
Is that the one that did your video for like your prepping? That was a nice video.
Oh, okay.
So he's killing it. I'm excited for the season to start too, which will be great for the Raiders, which will be fantastic. I got my
So are you a Raiders fan?
I'm gonna have to be, right?
Yes,
No?
that's a great answer. Yes, you do. You're in Vegas.
You know what's funny
You're a
now?
Knights fan, right? You're a Golden Knights fan, right?
I have a Knights jersey. Yes, I'm a Golden Knights
And you're an
fan.
Aces fan, right?
Yes, I'm a big Aces fan.
Okay, and they're both in Vegas, right?
Yes, they are.
And then you're in Vegas, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so the Las Vegas Raiders are in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So that makes you be a fan. Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
let me bring that back one time.
Have you ever
Shout out to my boy
Have you ever cheered for another football team before, though?
This is what I was gonna get.
Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to get into that, but
Seattle Sounders, Seahawks. Sorry, Sounders is the MLS team. I know. That's why. That was my team.
I don't even recognize that stuff that's back there. I don't even know what she's showing.
It's invisible to her now. It's been there
I don't
so
know what
long.
it is. I don't even know what that is. I really don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
Here's the deal. I will allow you personally to have an AFC and an NFC team. So you can just root for us both.
See, that doesn't work for me.
Thank you. Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the Death Star. You're a Raiders fan now. I deem you silver and gold, silver and black. Raider Nation, stand up. You are with us.
Colors right now.
See? There it is.
We all have black on anyway. I mean,
there it is. There
I
it
see
is.
The Las Vegas Lights shirt.
There it is.
There
it is.
Brighten it up a little bit.
It's not a black and silver. We're black and silver over here, or black
and
gold. Okay,
so are you a football fan then? I mean, an American football fan as well.
Yeah. I watch every now and again, which is great.
Okay. Well, we got a week 1 coming up with the big game
starting tomorrow.
So I'm gonna go down the list, and you guys make your picks of who's got week 1. Okay, shout out to those on the fancy. Okay, I got a list. Okay. And you get your piece of paper out to see who was right and who was wrong.
Do you want me to write these down right now?
Yeah,
I don't got no paper on me.
Oh, you
right
got no
now.
paper? Okay, we'll just watch the show again and just find out, right? We'll have our audience choose. All right, so tomorrow is the kickoff to NFL season. So we've got a Thursday night football game. Kansas City Chiefs are reigning champions for the AFC West and the AFC division and for the league. And the Houston Texans. Chiefs. Who's winning tomorrow?
And DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know. I mean, but Deshaun's still there. He got paid.
Deshaun Watson's still there.
Got that money.
Yeah, he made that money. So you're going with the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Chiefs.
Okay, Chiefs. All right. And then we get into the Sunday games. So we got Jets and Bills.
Bills.
I'm going with the Bills because Bills have an amazing defense. What do you think?
I was going to say Bills.
Okay. Good move. All right. What about Green Bay and the Vikings? These are all the 10 o'clock games that's going on. You're going with the Vikings? It's at home, too. It's a Vikings home game.
I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going to go with Green Bay. However, I feel like something is not right with the Packers this year. There's always something. I just feel like I don't know what it is.
There is. That was like last season.
I
really can't. Yeah, I really can't choose.
Although I love
really haven't figured it out.
I love Adam Thielen. He's a great fantasy football player, so I would root for him. I don't really have one on this team, but I'll go with the Packers to win.
All right.
Wait, where is it at?
It's in Minnesota.
Vikings are taking that. Sorry.
It's gonna be interesting. We'll see. Yeah. What about the Eagles in Washington? We got Eagles in Washington.
Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't think Washington's had enough time yet to get their team together.
But they got Ron Rivera though. They got a good coach.
Well, yeah, of course.
We'll see what But
I don't think. Did they say they were going to start Haskins or no? I don't think
they haven't said. They haven't.
Oh, they. I think they are because. So
Dwayne Haskins is starting.
I believe so because the other one is the guy that got injured. Remember, he just came back.
Yeah,
that's
right.
That's right. Him yet.
No, they're not.
I don't know why I just brain fired on his name. So
you got the Eagles?
I got the Eagles, yes.
All right. Browns and Ravens. I feel like
Ravens.
Baltimore is going, and it's a Ravens home game. It's a Baltimore home game.
I
Ravens,
don't know. I'm gonna go with the underdog and take the
I got
Browns.
Jarvis Landry on my running back fantasy team. I would love to see him do work.
Odell Beckham just had all the attention in the world in the last 24 hours. I think he may just go off.
I don't even know if he will. He hasn't even. We'll talk about it. He hasn't even owned up to that yet. He hasn't even owned up to it. Now.
He did. He posted on Instagram.
Oh,
well, not owned
right.
up to it, but he was like, people were talking, and it ain't gonna phase him, basically.
All right, whatever. Sounds good. What about Colts and Jags?
Colts.
And this is the Jags are at home.
Oh, they're at home. I'll take the Jags.
Yeah.
I think I'm going. Listen, Minshew mania. I'm all over it.
Duval just lost one of their people though, and he went on over to.
Then they still got who they just signed.
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
You're gonna go with the Colts?
Yeah.
All right. Got Colts and the Jags. All right.
Rivers is kind of, he's gonna change things up there.
He's supposed to. We'll see what he does. And then another game.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Is it my game?
No, you're not yet. Not yet. I got Raiders and Panthers. I'm going down the list how they have it.
Oh, okay, guys.
That snake eye card.
Raiders.
You got Raiders? I got Raiders too on this game. Listen, I know it's a season opener.
It's here too, right?
No, it's an away game. Our first home game is against the Saints, but this is an away game, season opener for the Panthers.
It depends on what Teddy shows up for the game.
Yeah, like I said, you don't know what kind of Bridgewater you're going to get.
But Christian McCaffrey's going to go off no matter what. I mean, it really doesn't matter.
He is, but I hope our defense is up for the challenge.
That's all it's Derek Carr showing up. That's the question.
Derek Carr's got to show up because now Mariota
will take
Mariota is hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. Carr's gonna do what Carr needs to do.
I just think Josh Jacobs to have some points because he's on one of my fantasy teams. I
wanted to get him. Yeah, Josh Jacobs will do it. Henry Ruggs will probably debut.
Okay.
We also got our guy Jonathan Abrams back from his injury after the first
and Waller
too. And we got Darren Waller. So we'll see what's going on. I think the Raiders for sure on that one. And then there's Bears and Lions.
I think Matt Stafford is probably like the underpicked fantasy pick right now as a quarterback.
And it's a Detroit home game too, so
let's go with the Lions. Let's see.
See what the Lions do.
I'm intrigued. Yeah, I'm intrigued.
Right. Seahawks and Falcons and Atlanta.
Wow.
I think I would roll with those Hawks. It's the battle of the birds.
Yeah, I went to that.
I can't go against Russell Wilson against a Matt Ryan. Like, I'm sorry.
Listen, we are seeing DK season 2. I mean, this DK Metcalf season 2 DK Metcalf. Listen,
let's see what he does. But I'm rolling with them Hawks. For you, Mel. I'll roll with the Hawks. Plus, it makes sense. Okay.
We beat the Falcons last year in the Dome.
Yeah, you did.
So
you did.
I won that game. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
All right. What about Dolphins and Patriots?
Well, Tupu's not playing. He's not starting.
No, he's not.
But
this is Cam's debut.
I feel like Cam is trying to make a mark. He's trying to put that punctuation mark down. Like,
that's what I think.
Cam, I'm here.
That's what I think too. And you still got Julian Edelman out there.
Julian Edelman will pop up in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, how'd he
get there? Exactly. All right, Chargers and Bengals. Look, I like the Hard Knocks and everything, but I just see it's a Cincinnati home game for them.
Mr. Joe Burrow himself.
Yes. It's
Tyler
a debut
Boyd,
for him.
Is he going to be healthy for the season?
Right.
Joe Mixon got paid.
Who you got?
The Chargers.
You gonna roll the Chargers?
I don't know. Here's the deal. I don't think I can ever bet on the Bengals until I actually see proof that they can win.
Right.
That's a good part.
I'm going to lose my first week's bet if that's the case. But if not, I don't ever usually bet on the Bengals. Like, that's almost never.
I don't either, typically. And this is starting the 1:00 game. So we got a whole day on Sunday of football. Like, it's insane.
I'm so mad.
And then you got Cardinals and 49ers. Roll with those Niners.
I'm gonna
Kyler
have some
Murray
Niners.
got bust up. I got
However,
Kyler on my
I'm
fantasy.
really excited to see what Kyler and DeAndre Hopkins do.
Yes.
And then what's the other running back they got too this year?
They just got a good one recently. I can't remember who.
Anyway, I think it's gonna
Not
be
Fitzgerald. No, he's
I wouldn't mind the underdog winning on this one because I can't stand the other team. But
it's a Niners home game. I think Kyler Murray.
But here's the deal: do home games even matter anymore?
Well, we're gonna find out. There's some home field advantage that people are comfortable playing on their own. I mean,
yeah, I guess their home field technically.
It's their home field, so I maybe not. We'll see. But Kyler Murray is a new Kyler Murray 2.0 for sure. I think he'll definitely give me points on my fantasy and throw more yard. But I just don't see them beating the 49ers. Not with a George Kittle out there like that. Not with that guy.
Steven, you understand what I'm trying to say here. I don't like your team. So
Steven checked in. He's got his San Francisco hat on too, probably, as he's
of course. All right, what's next?
So we got Buccaneers and Saints. Now this is the one
that's gonna everybody's
looking for. That one's gonna be in New Orleans at the Superdome. This is the one everybody's looking for on the 1 o'clock games.
But wait, Mike Evans is injured.
Oh, okay.
As of today, it should be a game time decision, they said. It was a hamstring injury. He had a hamstring injury last year that took him on to IR for the rest of the season. So I don't know whoever wasted Mike Evans on that first round draft pick, but you could be in trouble.
You could.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be a fully activated New Orleans Saints. I think they really have something to show for Mr. Brady and company out there.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara's just got to go off. I just need him. He's not on my fantasy. Somebody I'm playing has got him, but I hate for her to get the points, but I just realistically, I think he needs to go off to make something happen with them. And then we've got at 5:20 as we go. Oh no, 4:10. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Wait, how many games are at night?
The last game is the 5 o'clock game. And then you have 2 Monday night football games. Wow. Isn't that crazy? So the last game of Sunday night is Cowboys and Rams.
Come on, Rams.
I knew you were going to say that. I'm going with those Rams.
Let's go.
Sorry, Big Bro. I know you're in my chat. I know you were in my chat. I love you, Big Brother, but I still to this day, I can't do the Cowboys. I just cannot. I cannot. It's a Rams home game. It's 5 o'clock.
Can't do it at all.
We're going to go with those Rams. And then so as we look into Monday, there's 2 good night games, a 4:10 game and a 7:20 game. This is so weird. This is so crazy. 2 Monday night football. Well, they've always done that, but it just seems like now that we're in this pandemic, I can't even believe that I'm talking football right now because we didn't think it was going to happen.
But
anyway, so crazy. So now we have Steelers and Giants. I'm rolling them Steelers on Monday night. Even though the Giants are at home. Somebody's got Saquon Barkley on their fantasy, I think, in one of my groups. I think it's in the ladies group. Somebody got him.
I have Saquon.
Oh, you have Saquon. I looked at it. I looked at who had who for each team. So you got Saquon.
I was number 2 pick. I picked Saquon. Yeah.
So are you going to roll with him and his team on Monday night?
Were they playing against? Sorry.
They're playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
And Brett Roethlisberger, Big Ben's back. Ben Roethlisberger's back.
I feel like Ben could still be good fantasy-wise for some people out there needing to get a flex position. However, I don't know if the Steelers have it in them. It's not in Pittsburgh, is it?
It's in New York.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants.
Okay. Jordan.
Steelers.
Jay Murr. Steelers. See, I'm going with those Steelers too.
I'm curious to see what Juju's next season is like.
I got Juju on my fantasy. That's why I got to roll with it.
Last year was bad. He wasn't a great
I know. That's why I'm thinking I think that's why this season he's going to pick up. Ben's back. I think he's really going to vibe and be on one.
And I hope. We think we both have Kyler in a fantasy football league, right?
I have Kyler too. Yeah, I have Kyler on my NFL one. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got Titans and Broncos. Now Broncos is having some dysfunction now.
Yeah,
they lost a key piece. Whoever got Von Miller
went down. Well, you don't have Von. I mean, if you have the defense, if you have Denver defense, yeah.
You're in trouble.
That's
so. With that being said, I'm gonna go with those Titans.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Derrick Henry and company all day.
Who they just picked up Jadeveon too.
Oh yeah, they did. Jadeveon Clowney's with him, and then you got that awesome.
I wonder how much money he finally got, because I don't think that the records were out for that one yet, because he wanted so much and was turned down Seattle like 13 times, turned down everybody and their mama, and then settled with the Titans.
Yeah. I don't know what that's all about.
I mean, you really want to live in Nashville that bad? I don't know.
Yeah, people love Nashville.
I mean, it's probably like Vegas to me, I think. Like, people would probably love to go visit, but do you want to live there? I don't know.
It's country.
I've been there. I've hung out. I've been to the stadium. It's cool, but it's a bunch of country music.
To each their own, you know?
And speaking of Nashville, or that's Memphis, that's a Memphis boy, JT, that's doing that soccer thing too, where he's.
No, it is Nashville. Justin Timberlake.
I thought Justin was from Memphis.
I don't know, but he's joining the
Nashville team
to have a Major League Baseball franchise.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. So, Jay Murr, what's your pick? You got Titans or Broncos? What do you think?
Titans. I like Tennessee Titans.
I do too. They got a kid over there named Derrick Henry. I think he's just the truth. I mean, what's he gonna do? He came out of nowhere, and he's such a big guy. And I want to see him. I want to see him knock hits. I'm going with the 10. Plus, it's AFC West. I'm never going to go with those Broncos. We're Raider fans. We don't like the Broncos. We don't like the Chargers. We definitely don't like the Chiefs. But just to be objective, I'm going to be, and it's not no shade. They just can't stand those donkeys. But it's going to be.
Donkeys?
Yeah, I can't stand them. It's going to be the Giants for me. I mean, I'm sorry. It's going to be Tennessee for me. That's what I'm picking. And that's week 1. And the crazy thing about Thursday Night Football tomorrow night, the Lakers are playing. The Knights are playing. The Aces are playing. How am I going to work this?
I need this.
All of them are 5:00 games. All of them at the same time. Lakers start at 5. Lakers start at 5. Aces start at 5:20ish or something like that. I know the football game is at 5:20. The Knights play at 5:00. Or there may be 4, but it still rolls. Like, what is going on? That's going to be a real epic day for us and a busy one tomorrow.
I mean, I can only do like 2. Here's the deal. I just wish DirecTV, if you can hear me right now, I need to have the HD sports mix be able to make your own choices. Because when I turn it on, bam, but it's like, who wants to watch an NFL network remake, or who wants to watch the men's tennis third? I don't want to watch it. Let me add in the stations I want that I've already ordered and paid for, and let me mix it myself. It should be a personal mix.
Great idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
It really is. Right? Let them know. Tweet it so they can be like, okay, we need to pick her brain. Because
then we can
yeah, like
royalties.
For real.
Man, listen, because here's the I know usually every year I buy the Sunday ticket, but this year I canceled because I was like, A, do you start on time? B, are you going to be playing on Saturdays? Because if so, I get less games on Sunday I get to watch. And then it seemed like more and more the last couple of years, they're blacking out more games here because of the Raiders. Mm-hmm. So now I don't get to watch hardly anything on DirecTV, and you're watching them like free through the NFL Network.
Mm-hmm. Or like I have to toggle with the NFL app on my phone. So I have a game on my phone and the TV having the game, and you got to toggle between channels. It's going to be a busy Sunday for me. I mean, for all these games to start at 10 o'clock, and you have a set that start at 1, and then you have the last one at 5:20 and another one right before. That's intense. And then the 2 on Monday, like fantasy is going to be going crazy. I wish everybody luck this week. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going on a hike, which I can't wait for. However, when we first booked it, no one thought, oh yeah, season's going to start on September 13th.
Yeah, of course. We would have.
No, because it never starts that late. So
right. Because we would have already been in the season.
I'm missing it. Although I'm going to hopefully be watching at least the first game on my phone before I have no cell phone service.
Okay. Good luck.
We shall see.
Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's do a couple quick girl power shout outs before we open. Because, Serena won today, and that match was it's getting tough. She had a little competition today. But it was a good match. 4 mothers made it to the semis this year of the U.S. Open, which
that is phenomenal.
First. And I think it's great for women, period. I think that's just amazing. What else happened? Of course, our girl, Naomi Osaka. She's also playing. She's playing tomorrow. To add that to a Thursday.
Oh, my gosh. So, yeah.
Yeah, so she made it to semis as well. So now she's on she already used 5 of the 7 masks that she had prepared for the US Open. And it was really sweet because the last match she had, the parents of some of the victims had given her a message like, thank you for using your stance. And it was just really touching and emotional to see that video. So I think that was great. It was nice for them to do that to her, and also for her to continue to represent and use her platform for those that, were killed. So, but Becky Hammon.
Man, listen, let me just say this, and I'm going to say this. Everybody had something to say about Steve Nash getting that coaching position with the Brooklyn Nets, right? Mm-hmm. How there's no black coaches, which I agree. There's not a lot of black candidates that come up, that kind of thing. It's not in the talk, especially with the things and the times that are now. But we're hearing so much about men still that we forget about women being potential candidates. And so for that reason, Becky Hammon definitely deserves a head coaching position.
And she has a resume to match.
And she has a resume. Does she have a resume? I mean, she was under Pop at one point.
Oh no, I'm saying she has a resume.
Oh
yeah. I mean, she was coaching in summer
totally
league.
legit, totally legit. Coaching through the summer league team for the Spurs. She is legit. So we never talk in the conversation of NBA of women coaches, and I would love for that groundbreaking thing to be to happen with the Nets team. I mean, Chicago still needs a coach. Who else? Philly still needs a coach.
The Bulls.
Yeah, that's what I say. Chicago needs a coach. Philly still needs a coach.
Indiana. No, that was the Indiana job.
No, OKC just lost their coach.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's definitely opportunity out there. I know everybody got blindsided with the Steve Nash thing because it just kind of caught you off guard. Like, whoa, we didn't even think he was shopping like that. But you have to understand that the black coaches that are, and New Orleans still needs a coach. We still need a coach in the Pelicans. So you just never know where that circle's going to go. But what I would like to see out of all of this is Becky Hammon getting a coaching job.
For sure.
Before anything, I would like to see that happen.
And let me just say one thing about the whole Nate McMillan thing. Like, there's some times when maybe you failed too many times as a coach where the person doesn't want you no more. So I get you want a black coach, but for Nate McMillan, hasn't necessarily always succeeded as a coach. So I don't, maybe they just need a fresh face. I don't know.
I mean, Alfred Gentry was a black coach. He got let go with New Orleans. I mean, they're there. It's just a matter of what's going to work, what's going to fit. How are you going to be able to manage the relationships of your players?
And it's tough if you've got those two power players that you've got to have someone that work. Just like how LeBron basically picked the coach out here and for LA.
Absolutely. So, you don't think KD picked Steve Nash when Steve Nash came up in the conversation? That's why I'm saying these players do have input on which coaches. So before you blame a league or ownership and GMs on hiring coaches, you better look at some of these players, these rock star players that actually have influential say in which coach they want to work with. Plus, like Steve Nash has worked with Kevin Durant in the past with Golden State. They have a relationship, a rapport, a playing relationship as far as a coaching and mentorship, possibly. Who knows? But I believe KD picked him. He co-signed on that all day. I don't know what Kyrie's take is on it, but I think he can manage both of them to have that go on for next season. So, I just wanted to put that out there because I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? We're so honed on the black coaches. We never think about our women coaches. We only think of them when it references to WNBA, but why not Becky Hammon when it's NBA?
And if that's the case, there's still a lack of women coaches in the WNBA too.
Absolutely. Hey.
But that you didn't hear that from me because
and there are male coaches in WNBA. So how are they able to have a ton of male coaches and we not have one yet in NBA?
Great point.
Makes no sense.
We can go on about this for hours.
We can. But this is our thing, Jay. This is what we get passionate about the women. I mean, I'm passionate about people, but women, I'm a woman too. So
and I've got one more girl power moment then.
Okay.
That's to my lady, my forever. I love her greatly. I love Doris Burke more than I can imagine. And just from listening to some of the NBA playoffs, you can clearly tell how well she knows not only sports, but this game. And it's evident how she surpasses the commentary by like Chris Webber or some other.
We could pass a commentary for Chris Webber.
But Doris Burke will be the first woman to serve as the NBA Finals analyst on either
I am so excited for that
radio or anything. So
yeah,
it's just amazing.
And then shout out to MJ Acosta with her NFL her position with working
Yes.
in
The
media
NFL
for that. The
Network,
first,
NFL
yeah,
Total Access. That's a
yes.
5-day a
Doing
week.
shows. Yep,
5 days?
shows. Yep.
I love that.
Big
Man.
up to her. So the
And
girls are
y'all-
winning.
Huh?
I said the girls are winning. Like we're slowly integrating into what needs to happen. We just need to see that female coach on the NBA side.
And make sure you guys tune in on from our previous guest, Christina Misfit Freer. It has the
Yes.
bare knuckle boxing this Friday.
Yes, it's going
7
down.
o'clock here. If I'm not
And you can
correct.
watch it on the bareknucklefighttv.com. There's also a Bare Knuckle Fight free app to download. I don't think there's any charge to watch that fight this Friday.
Jordan, would you be down with the bare knuckle fight? Or
To watch, yeah, I'll definitely down.
Would you be?
could you
be able to
get actually
participate?
in the ring and just as your profession?
He put his head back somewhere like,
Listen, I don't want to get hit in the face. Like I don't.
Yeah.
And then bare knuckle. Oh Lord.
Yeah, and so it was demonstrated to me that they only wrap this part here from here on, and the wrist. All of this gets wrapped, but these
just to protect. Right.
I play outside, I play on the grass. I'm one of those people. In my spare time, I play a little bit of golf, but no.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're
all right. So
one
Jordan, more time, please give the listeners how they can find you again, because they definitely want them to follow you and stay in tune with what you're doing. Yeah,
at jmurrell4, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hit me up. I'm available. So if you want to talk business, you want to talk sports, I'm around. So I'm a Las Vegas local now, and I live downtown. So
okay.
I love it. Yeah, I met you at Eureka. That's how we met. We met at Eureka. Shout out to Tommy Olson.
Yeah, Tommy Olson.
For the match. For the meetup, because it was just coincidental. I was there for my girl's birthday, and I walked in and saw you guys, and I saw Tommy, and he was like, "Oh, this is Jordan. He's the lights now too." And I just, that's great. So, welcome. We hope you're here for many seasons. But if you have to move upward, we encourage that as well. But we're excited to have you with this Las Vegas Lights team in our city. So welcome. As a born and raised person, I'll just Mayor Deem you, give you the key. Thank you. If you're here, you're local now. And you're a Raider fan too. Like, come on. Yeah. You with it.
Well, anyways, thank you again, Jordan, and everybody that's watching.
Yes, Jordan.
Thank you very much for watching. We will definitely see you guys again next Wednesday, same time. Also, we are officially live on Twitter as well. So make sure you check us out.
Yes.
YouTube, Twitter for the live feed, 7 o'clock Pacific time. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
See ya.
Thank you, Jay. Jay Murr in the building. Thank you.